2, 3, 4.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Music with Ryan. Thanks for joining me today. As you just saw and heard, I played through the iconic Beatles song, Blackbird, probably my favorite Beatles tune ever. I first heard this song when I was 17 and just starting to learn to play guitar, and I knew that I had to learn this and master this tune. And I proceeded to work on it for probably a year and a half or more before I really had a strong grasp on it, and even still after that I was still continuing to work on it. And so when a student brought it to my attention, said, hey, can you make a lesson of this tune, I thought this was a good chance for me to revisit and really work on the right hand, the finger style for this tune. And this is the first finger style tune I got up on my website. Everything else is with the pick, but this one, finger style, and we got to really get that pattern down. And so for the first half of the lesson, the first 12 minutes or so, I go really in depth and break down that right hand pattern for you to make sure you understand what's going on and really slow it down. Got a close up of the right hand, and really you got to master that right hand pattern. So for those of you that have never done fingerstyle, this might be a little bit of a frustrating lesson, to be honest. But for those of you that have done some stuff and have a basic technique, this will be great for you. You will pick up on it. And for you beginners, not that you couldn't try it, but it is tricky, you know. So this is just a preview here on YouTube. If you'd like to purchase the full-length lesson, just click the link in the box down there, the first link, and it'll take you over to my website. And this video is going to be over an hour in length. Comes with PDF tabs with the right-hand fingerings and 3 backing tracks as well to work on your speed a little bit. Okay, so like I said, it's right-hand intensive. And for this little YouTube preview here, we're going to just give you a little glimpse of how this lesson is going to go. And again, it's not too hard in the left hand. The shapes aren't that difficult, but again, the right hand mastering that and the finger style, having a good, little background, a little technique with the right hand will definitely help. Okay, so let's go ahead and walk through it a little bit, give you a glimpse of how it's going to go. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy. All right, so the first thing I want to do for the Blackbird, and I want to take a look at the right hand, so I just got a little close-up here, as I think that's the most important part, is kind of mastering the technique in the right hand. And if you've done some fingerstyle, this won't be as difficult. If you've never done it, this will be tricky, and it may cause a little frustration, to be honest, if you've never done any fingerstyle. But if you've had some experience, it still may be tricky, but you kind of have some basic fingerstyle stuff. And I'm not going to go into depth about certain technique. You can kind of see how I'm holding my hand. I guess I'll mention real briefly. I'm not going to go in depth about it, but I kind of have my hand in a curled position, and my thumb is going to be, for the bottom strings, and index on the G, second finger on the B, third finger on the high E. Now I'll move around a little bit from that, but that's kind of my starting point. And when I pluck, I want to see how I'm plucking in. A lot of people get into this. We don't want that. We want to pluck straight, like back towards my palm. Okay, this way. So if you've never done it, it's like using a pick for the first time. You got to develop that technique of alternate picking or strumming or whatever it is. It's a whole different bear. You know what I mean? So I want to go over the right hand pattern that we're going to be using throughout this whole piece, the pattern. And to do so, all I'm going to do is in the left hand, I'm just going to have my finger on the 3rd fret of low E, okay? And that's it. And that's all I'm going to do in the left hand. And then I'm going to play this pattern a bunch of times. I'm going to use that in different shapes for the left hand, but again, the right hand never changes. I shouldn't say never, but this pattern, there's only really 2 patterns. This one involves some 16th notes. That's why you see the double lines of the double beams. We have 16th notes. And so I think while we're here, actually, what I want to do is maybe we'll kind of start the kind of actually go through the lesson now, because then we can talk about, I guess, quote unquote, the other pattern that we're going to be doing. So it's kind of involve the left and right hand. And so if I start at the beginning of the lesson now, which is kind of, I usually kind of break everything up, but kind of just going right after it here. So the first measure of the piece, we got thumb and middle finger on the low E, 3rd fret, and then the open B string. So we pinch, and we're always kind of bouncing off the low G or the open G string. 1, and then the next one is A string and B string. So still with the thumb and index. Whoop. And then open G. Bounce on that. And then 2 and 3. 2 on the A, 3 on the B. And then again the thumb in the middle. Pinch that. And the index again on the open G. So we're always bouncing on the and beats on the open G with our index finger, if that makes sense. This, and I